of Janet Price Coaching and Consulting. I'm a divorce, co-parenting, and life transition coach. I recently had the opportunity to have a divorce discussion with an amazing collaborative divorce attorney and family law mediator, Rebecca Medina. Rebecca owns the law office of Rebecca Medina and has practices in the Central Valley and San Diego counties. In this discussion, I asked Rebecca to speak with me about the collaborative divorce process. Let's listen to what she has to say.
Collaborative divorce, like mediation, is a voluntary out of court process. And that's where the terms of the divorce or the resolution is determined by you and your spouse, supported by a team of legal, financial, and mental health professionals. Um, Collaborative is a lot more structured than mediation. So, mediation at its basic level has the mediator, neutral, and then the couple. Collaborative at its basic form has two attorneys trained in the collaborative and mediation process, one financial neutral, and then one divorce coach that's either a licensed clinical social worker, marriage and family therapist, or a psychologist trained in the collaborative process. And then the financial neutral is either an accountant or a certified financial advisor, or someone, and then they're also trained in that process. So basically, it's a supported team environment that helps the couple to work through the terms of their divorce. Um, the advantages of collaborative is that each spouse, again, would have their own attorney. So whereas in mediation, the spouses don't necessarily, they may or may not have consulting attorneys. In the collaborative process, they have their own attorney. So that can be beneficial for them if they feel that they need more support throughout the process, because there is someone that goes with them to the collaborative meetings and that is looking out for their best interest within the collaborative process. And then some other advantages is that there's one neutral coach that's helping the couple to gather the financial data. So that's kind of the exploratory phase that we kind of talked about in the beginning, needing to gather the information. There's one person helping them to collect it. So it makes it so that way it's more transparent, right? That can also occur in mediation, but there's a financial person that's dedicated to doing that. Because of that financial person's expertise, they're able to gather that information in a very organized, understandable manner, and in very simple terms, to help the couple to look at projections, both short-term and long-term. So short-term could be, okay, how are we going to manage throughout the divorce process to share our income? Long-term could be, okay, where do we each see ourselves in 2 years, 5 years? How are we going to structure and divide our assets so that way we're able to meet our goals and our expectations? And then the divorce coach in that process helps with communication, managing emotions, helping them to design a parenting plan, which is very important. So because there's more structure and collaborative, I think collaborative is very good if there's a lot of terms to discuss. So maybe we have a couple of businesses. Maybe we need a business valuation to figure out what the value of the business is. Maybe we have quite a lot of properties. Maybe we have high conflict. Maybe one spouse cheated on the other spouse. So there's a complete lack of trust. Maybe there's one spouse that completely dominates the other spouse. So there's that power imbalance. And so maybe during that process, the divorce coach can be very helpful because they can help both spouses to kind of get into the business of a divorce. Not necessarily rehashing what happened in the past, but, getting them in the frame of mind so they can put on their business hats to negotiate the terms of the divorce. So collaborative is good when more structure is needed because the couple is able to strategically make the optimal use of each of the professionals' unique knowledge, training, and experience. And the goal, of course, like mediation, is to foster better co-parenting relationships post-divorce, better outcomes for the children, and then more durable agreements. Like mediation, the negotiations are based on the couple's interest. They control the resolution as well, although there's more of a team supporting them, so they're more guided. And it's private and confidential, just like mediation. I've had a lot of successful collaborative divorce cases through Zoom. So, sometimes you're able to do it now in the comfort of your own home. Jointly made agreements like mediation are most likely to be kept. And of course, conflict creates the cost. So managing the conflict with the support professionals does save money. And it's not limited to just divorce. Collaborative can be used for a premarital agreement, unmarried parents, same gender couples, or modifying an existing order. Some challenges, because I like to go through the pros and the cons. So that's why I'm doing both as I talk about these processes, is that the initial cost can be greater than mediation. And that's just because you're hiring more people. Scheduling mediations with parties and professionals can be challenging, more people, more calendars to coordinate. There's ways around that. Typically, when I'm in a collaborative meeting, we set at least 3 meetings out. So that way, if for some reason one needs to get rescheduled, we still have 2 more. So there's ways to address that. But like mediation, if there's a strong power imbalance, intimate partner violence, domestic violence, coercive control, or active substance abuse present, it may not be the best process. Also, like mediation, you can't force your partner to make decisions, keep their commitments, complete what they're supposed to do as part of the process. Also, kind of the hallmark of collaborative and mediation as well is that the mediator or the professional team in a collaborative process will not go to court. And they actually sign a contract. And for mediation, you sign an agreement that says, basically what happens in mediation or what happens in collaborative stays in collaborative.
Wow, Rebecca's description of the collaborative divorce process, the advantages and disadvantages, and who may benefit from using a collaborative divorce as their process for uncoupling was really quite useful to me, and I hope it was useful to you. I thank her for having this divorce discussion with me. For anyone who's interested in learning more about the law office of Rebecca Medina, please reach out to me and I can put you in contact with her office.